Hey y'all. So, my next memory after that, my mom was very apologetic to me for that, but it didn't change her lifestyle. She was still a woman of the night and she still had her, addiction and she still did her thing. But she made sure I got to school every day. She made sure there was a roof over our head. She made sure I had clean clothes on my back and shoes on my feet. She made sure I had food in front of me, you know. And because of those things, I guess as a child that age, my mother did no wrong. She did no wrong. And I've always had a very forgiving heart toward my mother and all of the things that she did. Even when I went to go stay with my dad one weekend, which turned into like 2 weeks. But when I came back, I remember running into the apartment and I didn't see her in the living room. And I ran through the kitchen back to the bedroom and she was laying on the bed and I can smell crack in the air. At that young age of, 8 years old, I knew what that smelled like, and I could smell it. And she was laying in there on the bed, and she was high, and I, threw myself on her on the bed, and Mom, I'm so glad to be home, and she looked at me and she said, baby, I can't take care of you no more. She said, Mama is sick. And I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but as an adult, I know that that was her way of confessing to me that her addiction had taken over her life, and she didn't have it to take care of me, and deal with the addiction. And she sent me out of the bedroom and she said, "Let me talk to your dad for a minute." And I go in the living room and all I hear is yelling and screaming and cussing and everything like that. And Dad comes out of the living room and so he said, "Let's go." And we walked to the car where my stepmom and my brother and their two kids were sitting. And I get in the car and my stepmom said to my dad, "What is this bee doing in my car?" And we went back to the seventh ring of hell. My stepmother did not like me or my brother. We didn't fit in her life with my dad and their two kids. And she treated us like it. She treated us like slaves. She abused us. And she did things to us that no stepmom should do to kids. And there'll be more about that in the next video.